Hello, I will present to you SoundSync. To open the panel, go to Window, Extensions, and then SoundSync. This is how it looks like. It has 5 buttons, all of them feature different functionality related to sound in Animate. You can rearrange the buttons by shift dragging them, so hold down shift and drag a button. You can display the buttons small without the label underneath, and you can also hide certain buttons by unchecking these boxes. Here they are in their compact form. If you're adventurous, you can dock the panel here and have it very minimal. Or you can dock it here and keep it in its expanded form with the labels underneath. So what does the panel actually do? Well, the main functionality is the push to main and pull from main buttons, which allow you to synchronize sound layers between different timelines. When working with sound set to stream, this is how sound for non-interactive animation usually is set. You need to have copies of your audio in all the nested timelines so that you can preview it, and only the audio on the main timeline gets exported in the final video. Now, for this demonstration, we'll use a little scene which I've animated a long time ago, but let's have a look at the animation first and then we'll go on.
And one more for you, Ruby.
Thanks for sharing, Dizzy. There are 10 dino snacks, and now we each have 5.
I like sharing my dino snacks, Ruby. Now we can both enjoy them as we watch the movie.
I like sharing things too, Dizzy.
Okay, so now let's dig into the timeline. We'll enter the main container and look at the file structure. So this is the camera symbol, so we're one level deep, and this is where the actual character animation is happening. I've removed the audio, but to be able to hear it and preview it and animate to it, we actually need copies of the audio layers here at this level. So this first button here, the Add Sound button, will let us choose whatever sound layers we like and introduce them to the current timeline. Check these two, which are the character voices, and go OK. And these were added to our timeline so that we can scrub and preview them. The same thing applies to actually the synced heads. As you know, lip sync is done within the head symbols, so if we go inside this character's head, we need at least his audio here, so I can very easily add it by choosing the sound layer. What is a sound layer? Well, it's a layer which is audio only. It can contain audio, blank keyframes or labels. There we go. Now we have his audio lines, so we can do the lip sync here. And I will do the same for the other head as well. Add her audio by choosing her lines. There you go. So you do your lip sync within the sync head symbol. This is the head animation of this character.
I like sharing things too, Dizzy.
And finally, I will show you how we can actually change the sync of some audio and push it and pull it out and in. Well, let me do something that's non-destructive first. So let's enter this head symbol just here and add just a bunch of keyframes like that, which is just something non-destructive to show you how you can push this to the main timeline. So this is what the button does. Imagine that this would be like retiming of audio. So you go push to main and that's it. Now if we open another window and check the main timeline, you can see that these changes have been pushed here to the main timeline. So now if we go outside and choose the audio and go pull from main, it will synchronize this current timeline with the main timeline. So there you go. The change was pulled from the main timeline and pushed onto this timeline. I'll get rid of these so that we revert to our original state, and again I'll push it to main. I don't even need to check main, and go inside and choose the layer and then pull from main so that it gets synchronized with the main timeline. We can also set the volume or adjust the volume, like for the whole layer. If we check the volume here, it's at 100%, so we can check the whole layer and go set volume and choose 50% or some other value and go OK. Check it again, it was set to 50%. So you can very easily adjust the volume of the sound. Now, something that's not well known is that obviously within the sound envelope you can't increase the sound beyond 100%. And I see it quite often. People ask in forums, can I increase the volume? And the responses are always no, you can only decrease it. Well, in fact, you can very easily increase the level just by duplicating the audio layer. Like if you duplicate an audio layer, let me just play it back so that you can hear the volume.
Thanks for sharing, Dizzy. There are 10 dino snacks.
And now I will duplicate the layer, and this will increase the volume twice.
Thanks for sharing, Dizzy. There are 10 dino snacks, and now we each have 5.
And if you don't want it to be 200%, select the duplicate and lower it to 50, and then you end up with 150%, because this layer is at 100 and the other one, the duplicate, is at 50. So you will end up with
Thanks for sharing, Dizzy. There are 10 dino snacks.
Okay, so this is how you can control the audio levels with SoundSync. One last thing is the Set Sync to Stream button. It pops this dialog and lets you check your document for audio which is not set to stream, or directly set everything to stream. But let me just check the audio first. And there we go, on the main timeline, frame 414. So if we open the main timeline and go to 414 and click on this sound effect, we will be surprised to find out that it's actually a set to event. So somehow this is still an event sound. We can press the button again and just go set, and in a few seconds all audio will be set to stream. Now if we do the check again, everything will be reported as set to stream. Okay, now let us do a little change in the timing of this file just at the end, because it's going to be the easiest place to add a few frames. So just here I'll add a little pause between these. So just here at this frame I will insert, say, 10 frames. I've inserted 10 frames here. Obviously I need to insert 10 frames at least in this head. If I want to sync it, I will have to go inside and insert 10 frames here. So depending on how I want to do it, to make sure that I maintain the audio sync, so 10 frames, and then possibly resync the head. But also now I can resync the audio. So I'll push it to main, and internally there's no need to do it because I've already inserted those 10 frames. Anyhow, if we go out to the main timeline, at the end we will see that the sync between these waveforms has been maintained. Now these blinks are probably 10 frames too early, so I'll need to do something like this, most likely, and then add 10 frames here. Okay, so this was sound sync. I hope that this video has been useful. Thanks for watching.